Minecraft. Thousands of colors exist in the paintings that one can create in Minecraft. That's something that we'll get to at the end of this episode, but in any case, I'm going to spend a bit of this episode evaluating bugs and bug fixes. There are a number of bugs that I've complained about in Minecraft, especially in 1.3, and so today we're going to evaluate a number of them and see which of them are fixed in 1.4, and they've actually made a bit of progress here. I'm reasonably happy with that. And in addition, we're going to go back to the Nether. I'm going to fight some more of those withering skeletons and actually get a drop. And we'll also hear a new weird sound in the end. Yeah, so there's a few things going on in this episode. Let's get started with Exploration and Tactics with Brian. Welcome back to Exploration and Tactics. And for today's episode, I have some very specific things I want to do and test. One of them is something left over from a previous episode where I said I wanted to test experience when you go into the Nether and when you go into the End. So right now I have 23 levels. And so this was a previous bug. I don't remember if it happened with the Nether, but it definitely happened with the End. Alright, it still shows that I have 23 levels, which is correct. So that's good. So now we're going to check the same thing when you enter and exit the End and see if your levels persist properly. And so we'll have to travel to the End, and so we'll go down to the stronghold that's right over here. But basically, yeah, the beginning of the thing that I want to do in this episode is test a number of the bugs. We've already seen a few of the bugs. Some of them are still there. Some of them have gone away. But I have kind of a list of bugs that bothered me the most. And so I'm going to try to go through the list, and then I'll provide kind of like a summary of which bugs were fixed and which bugs were not. So far, I don't know that I can think of any particular new bugs that we've encountered yet so far. So that's a good thing. But let's hop into the End and see if our levels persist. So we're at level 23. I go into the End, and I'm still at level 23. Hooray! Okay, so that's another bug that they fixed. Previously, you'd come into the End, and it would show up as level 0. Ooh! There is a sound here! Or is it the sound of the void? Or is this just a background sound in the End? I'm not sure what's happening there. Was it over in that location? Oh, I'm very confused. Didn't mean to come to the End for this, but now all of a sudden it got interesting. Alright, that's an Enderman who just fell out of my trap, so he'll be a one-hit kill. Might as well go ahead and grab some Ender Pearls while I'm here. Okay, what was that sound? Let's try going to a different edge and see if it just happens when you're near the void or can see the void. Okay, that doesn't seem to be it, because I can definitely see over the edge of the void down here. Let's go back to the entrance, like the spawn area, or maybe these pillars? There's no sound here. Let's go back to kind of like the little spawn room. Well, I don't hear anything here either. It wasn't just some random sound outside. You guys heard that, right? It was like a raw. It sounded kind of End-ish and staticky. But now I don't hear it anywhere. That is weird. I'm going to have to go replay the video, I think. In any case, the thing I came to test about the experience does work, and so that's fixed, and so that's great. The egg is still up there, and at some point I know a few ways that you can get it now. I still don't think it has any purpose. But perhaps at some point in the future I will actually go and get it. But in any case, that is one test completed. Another test... Oh, it's nighttime already? I don't want to deal with bad guys and different things right now. I'm trying to do some testing. So we will sleep the night away. Another thing that I wanted to test involves efficiency mining and pillaring. So it used to be the case that if you built yourself a pillar up in the air, and then used a super awesome pick like this one to try to dig your way down, that you'd get stuck in the blocks. And it still does seem to be happening a little bit. Let me see. Let me actually use netherrack or something that the efficiency pick will do a better job on so we can really test it. I know I have netherrack. Is it up in this one? Yes. Look at that. I actually know some of my own storage organization. So I'll be able to tear through the netherrack, and I basically want to see if I get stuck in a block or things get all jaggy on me. Alright, so I'm up 12 blocks high, and if I stand on top of here... Oh, no. Alright, that's good. It used to be the case that you would kind of like get stuck in invisible blocks. I have gotten stuck in at least one invisible block thus far, but it wasn't from digging up blocks. It was just kind of like randomly just barely getting caught on like the corner of something. Actually, I think I might have just done it right there. That only lasted for a brief moment there. So in any case, that has improved, and so I'll chalk that up to kind of like a win and a fix. It may not be perfect, but it's definitely better than it used to be. So that is good. We can go ahead and put, oops, that netherrack back there. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see what else is on my list. Alright, the next bug is the water suffocation bug, where water streams would occasionally push you into the corner of a wall and cause suffocation damage. And so I'm just going to try it in all 4 orientations to verify that these water streams are not going to push me into a wall and suffocate me. And so far, things are looking pretty good, because I haven't been taking suffocation damage in the wall. And indeed, I heard that this was fixed, but it's always good to test it with your own eyes. That was one of the bugs that kind of plagued UHC. The other UHC plaguing bug was the one where you would take random fall damage from just unusual heights. And I've already been playing enough in 1.4 that I'm pretty sure that that bug is not here, because I have not been taking random fall damage from kind of 1 high and 2 high falls. And so those bugs, kind of one of them was in 1.3.1 and one of them was in 1.3.2. And so you're always kind of like trading off one or the other. But I'm glad to see that those bugs are both gone. So let's see what's next on my list. Alright, the next bug I want to test is the sound bug. I suspect they may have addressed it based on how it sounded when I was in my cow pen. But the real test of the sound bug, I'm sure, will be with blazes, because blazes were always the most reliable way to kind of witness this bug. And so I'm going to head back over to the Nether Fortress, and we're going to go sit by a blaze spawner and try to spawn a bunch of blazes and see if the sounds bug out, or if the sounds still kind of manage to kind of keep up. And so I'll meet you guys when I'm over by a blaze spawner. Alright, it's worth noting that there's a random blaze over here that's not going to allow me to test the sounds, but I feel like in general, as I've been walking around the fortress each time I've been here, I have encountered more random blazes, just kind of spawning at random points, than I have previously in the Nether Fortress. Excuse me. And so, I do need to go up there. I do think it's the case that the spawn rate of blazes, it's always been the case that blazes can randomly spawn in the fortress, as far as I understand it. But I do think that the spawn rate has gone up, because I have seen a lot more of them kind of away from blaze spawners. And so that is noteworthy. And yes, I was just here the other day, and so I think I remember how to get to the blaze spawners now, and so I'll meet you guys over there. I just heard a weird sound. Okay, there's a blaze spawner, so that'll allow me to test what I want to test. So what I'm going to do is, I'm within range of the blaze spawner. Oops, I'm going to block it off. But I do want to try to spawn lots of blazes. How come none are spawning yet? Am I not actually within range and it's just lighting up for no reason? There we go. And then I think they'll start coming after me. Hello, Pigman. Make up your mind and be inside or outside. Okay, there they are. And so now I'm just going to sit here and spawn a bunch of blazes and see how the sounds turn out. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, and sadly, it seems like this bug has not been fixed. There's only... well, I can't tell exactly how many over here, but I have already heard sounds starting to clip. Can I get a few of them to come out this way? Yeah. Oops. Oh, and the game is also lagging up a little bit over here. Alright, let me fight him off. And I guess fight you off, possibly, maybe. Oop! Whoa, 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 whoa. I do have a fire resist potion, but I'm just going to plug that up. It might be a little bit better than it used to be. But it's definitely the case that I've already heard a couple of sounds clipping out. And I'm curious. I'm going to leave them over here all their fires burning, and I can't remember if there's also another blaze spawner around the corner. So I'm just going to peek and see if I can get even more blazes, because they might be kind of like spawned out to the max over there. Yeah, I definitely hear some more of their sounds clipping. So yeah, so they're right through here. Oops. Gonna let them see me. Oops. Yep. Ouch, 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 ouch. Yeah, I guess I really need to try it on waking up or something, where I can get like 100 blazes spawning. But yeah, I'm definitely getting some clipping sounds, and so I'm pretty sure that bug is not fixed. I'll probably have to edit this down. Alright, so we're going to call that bug not fixed. While I am here, I will go ahead and kill a couple of blazes, just because some more blaze rods are always useful. Oh, and here's another one of these things. Crap. Let's go ahead and take out... Oh, I almost hit the pigman. I hit the pigman. Oh, I'm in danger, I'm in danger, I'm in danger. Danger, 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 danger. I don't know how many pigmen there might be around. I need to assess the pigman situation before I try to take anybody on. He's the only pigman I see right now. So let's take him out. Alright, and now this guy has lost track of me. Let's see if there's any pigmen around the corner. There are not. And so let's try to fight this guy again, because I really want to see if this guy has a drop. He dropped a skeleton, or sorry, a bone. Is that just a normal bone? Yep, he dropped a bone, so that's completely unexciting. I'm worried that there may still be angry pigmen around. The blaze that I was fighting over here may have despawned, but I do want to grab some more blaze rods. And so I am going to see if I can just kind of go cheaty down here. This is also a good thing to practice for UHC. If you were trying to get blaze rods and potions in UHC, I think the correct thing to do is to find a blaze spawner that's blocked off like this. And then just kind of put a wall down and then fight the blazes like this. But yes, the sounds are definitely clipping. There's definitely a lot of sounds bugging out over here. And so, it is definitely the case that that is not all fixed. Alright, I'm going to try to find some more of those crazy withering skeletons to fight, because it seems like if I just walk around long enough, I run into more of them. And so, I will make a cut and see you guys in a minute. Alright, they're hard to see, but I think I see 2 more of them up ahead. And so, let's see if I can just peel them off one at a time. You... fortunately seem to be reasonably easy to fight. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Oh, the game is lagging out. I just got withered or whatever. And I don't know if I took a second hit of withering from them. Alright, did they just drop more bones? Yeah, I got a couple more bones. But that seems to be the only drop I've gotten so far. And then I thought I just heard a weird sound again. There's a pigman who is not angry at me. That might have just been pigman footsteps. I've definitely encountered a lot of those skeletons around here. I don't know if light interacts with how they spawn. Yeah, I'm just going to walk around again until I see more. Despite the fact that those withering skeletons have been relatively easy to fight, and I am continuing just to try to walk around, to try to look for them, or to try to spawn more of them, I'm still just absolutely terrified of them. I'm not sure if it's because of their stature, or because I don't know what the withering effect really does, other than like turns my hearts black so that I can't really see how many hearts I have left. But my heart has been racing as I've been kind of pacing these corridors, trying to spawn a few more. I have also done a little bit more exploring. We're kind of at a dead-end intersection of the fortress over here, because kind of every little way that you go turns into a dead end. There's a blaze spawner over here, and then a few corridors over here that all reach different dead ends. And so we seem to be kind of at the edge of the fortress proper over here anyways. I'm just kind of marking the dead ends with little blocks along the bottom to say, don't bother going down that hallway, it just ends at a dead end. But at this point, I haven't managed to spawn any more of those crazy skeletons, and so I think we'll go back home and try to summarize what I've learned thus far about the different bugs in the game. Yeah, and so I will meet you guys back at the house. Actually, here's a magma cream. I rarely get a chance to fight these guys. Ooh, it's lagging up. And these guys are a good source of, or Magna Cube. Magma Cube, that's your name. Magma Cube. And these guys are a good source of Magma Cream, which is for fire resist potions. And so if I could manage to kill a few of these guys and get some more Magma Creams, that would be super awesome. I'll get some experience as well. And I guess they have exactly the same sounds as slimes. I used to think that they had different sounds from the slimes, but now I think that's no longer the case. But I think I did just earn myself at least one more Magma Cream, and so that'll be 3 more fire resistance potions in my future, and so that's always a good thing. But once again, I'll meet you guys back at the house. For whatever reason, I've never encountered the skeletons over in this portion of the fortress. I've only seen them in the other portion. And I don't know if that's because maybe I never walked to the other portion of the fortress, and so it's like new chunks versus old chunks, or yeah, or maybe just a coincidence. I'm not really sure. In any case, I'm disappointed that I didn't get any drops from those guys other than bones, because I would imagine that they have some kind of new drop, since it seems like they're a new mob. But I'll see you guys back at the house. It is still very weird to see my villagers over here in the Nether. Oh, and that reminds me, since entities can go into the Nether, I can't remember if I talked about this before, that creates all kinds of opportunities for farm automation, because basically you can create automatic farms that then drop the drops that are coming out of the farms, like into a Nether portal, I believe. And if you did that, I'm pretty sure that then you could, just create, like an automatic wheat farm that's just always pumping wheat into the Nether, and then the entities wouldn't despawn after 5 minutes because they'd be in the Nether, and you wouldn't be simulating the Nether unless you're there. And so I definitely think I'm going to work on some redstone farming opportunities in the near future. In any case, I'm going to go try to summarize what I know about all the important bugs that I wanted them to fix from the previous version, and so I will see you guys in a moment. A few weeks ago, I made a Brian's top 10 list of bugs he would like to see fixed in 1.4, bugs that were present in 1.3. I don't know that I ever shared that entire list with you guys on camera, and it's just something that wasn't particularly amenable to kind of like doing action while I talked about, and so I was thinking about doing a real-life video where I talked about the bugs, and then I decided that my first real-life video, I did not want to be kind of like a negative thing where I was complaining about the bugs. And so I still haven't decided what I'm going to do if and when I do a real-life video. But in any case, here's that top 10 list of bugs. I've got them categorized into fixed, not fixed, and unknown. And so let's go through the bugs and see what has been fixed and whatnot. So, experience disappearing when you transition to and from the Nether in the end has definitely been fixed. Previously, you'd walk into the end and all of your experience levels would go away, even though they were kind of still there and hiding. But now that's not the case any longer. Water suffocation. Indeed, water does not push you into walls and suffocate you in the walls anymore, nor do you have kind of the random fall damage. Those are some things that plagued UHC, and so that is also fixed. Efficiency mining a pillar. If you pillar up into the sky and then use an efficiency pick and try to climb back down, you no longer get stuck in random blocks because the client thinks you're mining faster than the server or something like that, so that is also fixed. And finally, 2 at a time. Sometimes if you were filling up potion bottles or throwing bottles of enchanting or eating food, you would try to, well, I can't eat a piece of food right now. You would try to click and just eat 1 piece of food and you'd end up eating 2. And I've played Minecraft for a few days now in 1.4 and I've never seen that happen, so I'm going to pronounce that fixed. So those are some important bugs that I think they successfully fixed. Not fixed. Here are the bugs that they haven't fixed. Sound overloads. We went into the Nether, and when I got a bunch of blazes, I was hearing the sound starting to clip once again, and so it doesn't seem like they've completely fixed the kind of overloaded sounds, and I imagine in a Vex map you'd still kind of have all the sounds bug out on you. Lighting is a huge one, that everywhere you look, for example, right over there are still lighting glitches, and I know that's a very hard problem, but they need to fix it because you see it everywhere and it takes away from the natural beauty of Minecraft, as well as interfering with the game mechanics because mobs can actually spawn in some of those dark areas that shouldn't be dark. Sitting and disappearing. When players or entities get into boats and then out of them, or into minecarts and then out of them, sometimes those players disappear. And while I haven't been able to test that in multiplayer to see other people getting out of minecarts, I did already see a spider jockey, and when I killed the spider, the skeleton disappeared, and so I'm pretty sure that that is a manifestation of the same bug, and so that is still present in 1.4. Glitching up and down, it's still the case that mobs and entities might be on a floor above you, and all of a sudden you'll see them on the floor below you, or spiders are climbing on the ceiling and you'll see them on the floor, or mobs just kind of like glitching around randomly. I saw a sheep on a cliff that all of a sudden just started floating down onto the ground near me. I don't know what the cause of that bug is, but that one's been there for a while now, and that one needs to be fixed. And finally, arrows rebounding. When you end up shooting those invisible entities, not only do you not hit the bad guy that you're trying to shoot because he's not actually there, but also the arrows rebound. And so as a result, if there's a spider on the ceiling right here, and I see him right here, and I try to shoot him right here, not only do I not hit the spider, but sometimes the arrow might bounce off the spider and hit me and damage me. And that is just ridiculous. That one makes me really angry. And so they need to fix that as well. And finally, unknown, the bucket transaction. So basically, it is sometimes the case in 1.3 that you would like put down a bucket of water and then pick it back up, and you'd end up with an empty bucket, and then you'd put it back down, and you'd end up with a full bucket. And so the state of your bucket would be opposite of kind of like its actual state in the world. And I think I might have just knocked out some torches down in some area down here. Yep, there's probably a whole staircase and a nice little system out here where I just knocked some torches out of. Good job, Brian. Good job. Yes, and the same thing with lava buckets. So you might think you have a bucket filled with lava, and you don't. That's another thing that's important to have correct in UHC. And I just haven't tested that one enough, so that one might be fixed. It might not be fixed. So in any case, it's about 50-50 in terms of my top 10 bugs. I am glad to see that they have fixed a few of them. There's still a few more that I really want them to fix. And at the same time, I haven't found any kind of like devastating new bugs so far. And that is a very pleasant surprise to me, because I've been playing Minecraft 1.4 for a few days now. I've played a few hours of it, and yeah, I haven't encountered any devastating new bugs. And so that is fantastic. And so I applaud them for that. And yeah, so credit where credit's due. They did a little bit better than I thought. There's still ways to go, and I hope they continue to focus on some bug fixing. But that is good. And yes, now that we've talked about that, I'm really curious about that end sound when I first transitioned into the end. And so we're going to go hop back into the end real quick right now, just because I'm super curious to see if that sound reappears. And then after that, I think I may have almost exhausted the things that I know about. And so I may start having to get some hints or different things in order to make more progress learning about 1.4. There is one other hint that was kind of obscure that someone left me on a comment in one of my previous videos. The hint was that there are some new paintings in Minecraft, and the paintings might offer a clue. The sound of climbing ladders is still pretty weird. It's kind of a rickety, I guess it's kind of like the ladders are ricketily attached to the walls or something. Let's hop into the end. Whoa, there's an Enderman right here. Hello, Enderman. And let's see if we hear that weird sound again. Alright, I am not hearing that weird sound again. I never went back and replayed that video. I'm going to go back and replay the video from when I previously came into the end and just see if I could hear what that sound was and try to understand what it was that I was hearing. But in any case, the one other thing we're going to do right now is I'm going to make some paintings. I'm going to take a look at the paintings. I'm not sure how overall familiar I am with all the Minecraft paintings, but I think I would be able to detect a new one. And so I'm going to craft some new paintings and see if we can discover what the new painting has to offer. I think I recall how to construct a painting. Yes, I do. That's good, because I almost never create a painting. And I did go and re-listen to the sound in the end, and there was definitely a weird, static, I don't know what kind of sound it was, that needs to be investigated, but we didn't hear it the second time we went into the end, so I don't know what's up with that. And I guess the best place to test out a painting is I just made this wall to put the signs, so I could test it out over here. And so I am just going to kind of randomly try to go through the paintings until I see one that appears to be new to me, and see if I can kind of make out what is going on with it. And yeah, I will bring you guys back in when I think I've spotted a new one. Actually, that previous one, I should do this a little bit slower, might have been new. That one I don't think is new. That, I believe, is new, and I think that might be the Wither, because I think The Wither has multiple heads. I accidentally, when I was on Reddit, I saw some fan art of the Wither, and it reminded me of a Hydra, and that looks like something with like 3 heads. And so I think that might be the Wither, or something related to the Wither, and I'm not sure if I can get big paintings when I'm over here. Alright, I'm going to make a cut. I've seen this painting a few times, and I can't recall if this painting is new or old. In any case, I can't also tell that it's really what it might be depicting, even if it is a new painting. So it doesn't really help me. Almost looks like a winged person coming out of bed. I don't know. I'm not sure if this one might be new as well. I can't really tell what it is either. It looks like someone... Maybe this is a hand reaching in and putting something in the fire or something? Not really sure. Alright, those are the only possible new paintings that I think I saw. And so they don't offer me very much clue as to what else. And so I'm going to think hard about it, but I might end up starting to look at the patch notes, just kind of like read the quick summary to discover what other things I might need to get some more hints on in order to learn more about Minecraft 1.4. But we'll see.